Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome to edition of the Newbie Farm. Alright, we got a couple things going on today. First of all, you notice that I started plowing already just to get myself started, and I took out all the stumps already. I did that off camera. I was going to play more last night actually, but I'm like, no Iain, you must resist the urge to play this game. It was more along the lines of I wanted to share with you guys basically. So what we're going to do is let's make sure our wheel's set up properly, of course. That's always helpful. I do this every single time. I unplug the wheel, and then I forget that I need to set it up again, but luckily it's really easy to do. As you just saw, I stopped moving for a second there, and that's because I set up my wheel. Alright, so I think this should be... Let's just do this. Perfect. So, let's line it up here. As you can see, we have it lined up already. We want it to set to allow to create fields. Yes, go ahead and lower that bad boy. Excellent. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Let me just turn the sound down just a teensy bit. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and plow this little section here. As we drive around this little area, though, you'll notice the nutrients and what levels they're at. So just keep that in mind. Also, because we have the second field, we're going to have to deal with all of this here as well. So, I don't know. I think what I might do is I might progress time one day, and then spray the field with another level of fertilizer, I think, and then maybe go from there. Not sure yet. That's what I'm thinking, though. All right, let's raise that up. And is it X to rotate? Does this one even rotate? I don't remember. Turn plow. Right bumper? What the heck is that? What's that supposed to be? I thought it was X. It's not V. No. Alright, whatever. So, it does want to play nicely, so I'm just going to do it like this. I know this is not right, but I don't feel like fiddling with it enough to... I don't feel like fiddling with it enough to actually go and be like, oh, well, what's the button for that? So, anyways, so shouldn't take too long. Luckily, the GPS mod makes this particular job really easy, which is why I love the GPS mod. And doing these little tiny things really, really does make a difference. Oh, did I forget that? Is that a? Oh, I missed one. Shoot. I thought I got them all. Apparently not. So I'm going to go back and get that real quick. It's funny, for that actual stump grinder, you don't need very much. You don't need a whole lot of horsepower for it, which is kind of funny. You would think that you need more, but you really don't. So I think it's only like 90 horsepower you need in the end. As I mentioned, I know this is incorrect. I just, for some reason, because I have it set to gamepad, I think, and not to keyboard, so in order to use my steering wheel I have to have it set up that way, but I think what's happening is there we go. Let's just raise that and line it up a bit straighter, because once you start not straight, it makes it so it's all not straight basically. There we go. That should be the last little path there. Excellent. Nice. Also, let me just put my cruise control on here. A bit quicker than that, hopefully. And you notice I have this little HUD in the... so now, I used to have the... what you call the animal HUD, but it picked up this other mod here. This is called the multi-overlay mod, and it shows you all the different... it basically does everything the animal mod did and more. So, it combines a few things, so you can show the top prices. I don't have any animals. You can put the lights on. So if I had animals, it would show my animals as well, which is pretty cool actually. So it shows top prices, it shows what you have in storage, it shows how the animals are doing. It shows quite a few things actually. Let's get that last little bit there. Apparently I missed a little teensy-wincy bit. And it always just happens. Let's make sure we get that little bit there. Perfect. So that is what happened there. And let's join these up properly. Let's see if we can do this. I just want to get this last little bit over here. And if I do this, there we go. Just to make sure it's nice and straight. And I could probably do one more, I think, just to get it straight there so I don't have a little piece of grass. Also for courseplay, because courseplay is going to be a little funny here. If I don't fix this, I suspect at least. I'm not certain. Actually, that should be okay. That should be okay there. Perfect. Excellent. So, we need to get... Let's turn this GPS off. I keep hitting the button. So we need to get that one stump dealt with. But before we do that, I think what we're going to do is we're going to progress time. We're going to progress time a little bit here and see what happens. Let's progress time. Great demand for rye. Well, good thing I have rye. Not. Okay, let's progress time one day. Oh, it's cloudy outside. Look at that. That's cool. Alright, so we're just going to check to see what happens here. So our soil moisture should increase, and our moisture, see how that disappears? So as that disappears, our nutrient levels increase and our moisture goes up. Okay, good. So it does work that way. Okay, good. Just double checking. Did I spray water? I don't even remember anymore. So this side's good basically, and this side's not so good. So they have little bit of, not much moisture. And their nutrients are a little on the low side. So as you can see, the reason why these die is because they're taking the nutrients out of the ground. There's no more nutrients. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Let's grab a seeder. So we're going to go ahead and grab one of these guys. We're going to rent it for, what say you, an hour? Maybe an hour. Oh, yeah, an hour should be fine. And we will reset that, or have them deliver it. And let's grab this guy here real quick. And our seeds are over there. I'm not sure how many seeds we're going to need though. We probably... This is going to be the hardest part about it actually. Is deciding what level of... How much seed you want to fill the seeder with. Because... That was really loud in my ears. Let's turn that down a little bit. One thing that... I don't want to waste any because we have to return the vehicle, right? Oops. Let's go forward a little bit again. Success. The other nice thing about the new HUD though is you can like close it as well and then bring it up if you want to, and adjust it as you need. How much do you think we're gonna need? Let's go ahead and put maybe 1,000 liters. Let's say 500, because I don't know how much we're gonna need here. Let's say 500 liters. Is that in the right spot? Yep. Okay, let's go with 700. Just because I don't want to fill it. I'd rather fill it more than once and not waste my money. And what shall we plant? We've planted soybeans a couple times now. Canola. I don't want to plant grass. Could do oats. Do we have oats on this map? Top prices. So, what's worth the most? Canola's worth 516. Soybeans is still worth the most. Yeah. Yep. Pigs is worth 0.2. Not sure what that's supposed to represent. Spelt. Oh, we could do spelt actually. Let's do canola, I think, maybe. That's lime. I don't know why you can spread lime. It makes no sense to me. That, I think, is... I think that one's supposed to be... Oops. Sunflower, sorghum. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. It looks like oats, but it's... Oh, maybe it is oats, yeah. That, I think, is rye. That's lime. This one, I think, is spelt. Barley, wheat, barley, canola. Okay, perfect. So, let's see what happens here now, because this is a... Let's just calculate this field and see what I get. Ah, perfect. That's gorgeous. So let's save this as field 7 now. And I think this cedar is 6 meters. Let's just double check. It is 6 meters. Can I take this down by maybe 0.2? And we want to use field 7. And we want to start at the northeast corner. I want to head south. And we want to do, let's say, 2 headlands after the fact. Generate course. Ooh, that's going to be rough. Maybe not. Maybe maybe a couple more. Because that having that, yeah, that's better. All right, so let's see what happens with this. This shouldn't be a problem here. And what I mean by that is it shouldn't be a problem for turning now. But when I first set it up, it would have been a big problem. All right, first waypoint. Let's put it in fertilizer and seeding mode, and I just had a random like, oh my god, if I don't save it right now, it's gonna screw up, because I don't know. You never know. There we go, perfect. So that should be fine. So let's go ahead and grab the other tractor now. And let's have at her. So it's gonna use a little markers, that's fine. One thing with the markers though, I've discovered that often with courseplay and modded specifically, let's limit that to fields because I don't want to drop that down and make a little mark. One of the things I noticed that with modded seeders, if they haven't modeled or set up the markers correctly, they actually create problems, which is rather annoying. Let's lower that down, detach, perfect. It's rather annoying. Okay, so we need to, so once that seeder goes over those areas on the field, we actually don't need to cultivate the weeds in, but we do need to replenish the nutrients, so we're going to have to do that right now. And the moisture was a bit low, so we're going to go ahead and rent. I feel like I should just buy a sprayer for Pete's sake. The number of times I've rented it is just ridiculous. But that's fine. It's still cheaper, so look at this, it's still cheaper, so it's $10 a day to maintain. So actually, maybe it's not that. Maybe it's not. Alright, please deliver. Thank you very much. Excellent. So now we have to consider what the levels are like, because before it took 1,000 liters to actually fertilize the whole field. There we go. But now we have a different size field, so we don't need to do the whole field, mind you. We only need to do the second portion. So let's try with 1,000 liters again and see how that works out, and we'll go from there. We could technically buy another tractor now, but we don't actually need to. So we want NPK, I think we're looking for 1,000 liters of that, and if we need more, we can always come back for it. Perfect. One thing I haven't found, I actually haven't found many sprayers, many modded sprayers, to be honest with you. It's kind of sad actually. I don't know why. This is like one category, like pull behind sprayers for whatever reason, or 3-point hitch sprayers. Really don't get used very often, it seems like. Alright, and we need it to be at 24 meters. Oh, I need to get that stump grinder out. That's true too. Now let's do it this way actually. Alright, let's unfold. So if you look at the NPK, so this is actually really high in nutrients right there, strangely enough. Probably because I've sprayed it a couple times and hasn't gotten used or anything. That's my guess at least. Alright. So, let's get this started. And there we go. So what I'll do is I'll just do around the outside first, just because hopefully I can actually drive. We'll just do the outside first, and we'll go from there. So like I said, what's going to happen is once this seeder goes over those weeds, they're actually going to disappear. So you don't need to worry about it at that point. It's only after you've planted. So seeding will get rid of the weeds, cultivating will get rid of the weeds, plowing will get rid of the weeds. So the only time you really need to plow in this game is you only really need to plow when you're planting or putting down solid manure. Outside that, you don't really need to plow unless you're creating fields, of course. So this would be an awkward turn in real life too. Oh my goodness, I would totally hit that. Yep, just like that. Actually, I know a couple guys who have broken boom arms doing that. Not with fences specifically, but more with trees. I know one guy, he has a self-propelled sprayer, and he does custom work. And what happened was he was making a turn, and he clipped a tree, and he busted the last of the boom. Lost a little bit of the boom there. Luckily, it wasn't that bad to repair, but seriously, like, that would still suck. It was a, what does he have, a John Deere self-propelled sprayer? Not cheap. Not cheap. Alright. There we go. Perfect. They're not cheap, so he it's actually what he does is he basically pays for the sprayer by doing custom work, but him and his family they run about, how many acres do they run now? I think it's like 3,000 acres or something like that. Let's just do that. So they run about 3,000 acres, and he uses the sprayer obviously for his own farm, as well as he does a lot of custom work, which basically pays for the sprayer. One sec, coffee break. Coffee. So excellent. As you're probably discovering, with the soil mod, you do end up spraying quite a bit. Whether you are spraying for fertilizer or for moisture, this seems to be the best way to do it with a sprayer like this, because you increase your moisture level as well. Cavalier Roy mentioned that like right from the start. It's like, might be a good idea if you got a sprayer like this, because it seems to be essential in this scenario. Here we go. It does seem to be essential because you can't really get around not using it, so that's one of the problems. Because you basically either you need to increase your moisture like this, or increase your moisture by brain. What are you thinking of? Water. Although I'm still surprised you can't use water straight from like a well or something, which is a bit strange. Perhaps maybe you can, and I just haven't discovered how to do it yet. But perhaps in a future release that will happen. That'll be kind of interesting. Also, I've been following the GitHub issues and whatnot for the soil mod, and basically GitHub's where all the actual coding is done, or is open source, so you can just look at it there. But the really cool thing is the fact that they have incorporated the compost mod, which is really cool. Which basically, as far as I know, haven't used it much. But as far as I know, basically what it is you take straw, you put it in the composter. I think you need to put something else in there as well. And then you get compost, which you can spread on your fields to increase the fertilization level, which is kind of cool. But it's basically a use for straw, because often we have way too much straw and we don't use it for anything, but that's a cool little way you can use it. There we go. Let's get the last little bit there. Let's get out of the way of the Kirovitz, because he's going to run into us if we're not careful. No. And we're going to need some more. Oh, actually, this is going to be the last little bit here. Are we going to have enough? Probably, actually, yeah. So we'll just leave the last little bit there. Perfect. Look at that. That's gorgeous. So, we fertilized the field. We're just going to finish up the seeding. So let's go ahead and get rid of that last stump, which is in the middle of the field, and I totally forgot about now. Alright, so got this last little bit here. Also, I took out those trees right there, and as you can see, we have a little surplus of wood chips, as you can see right here. I don't know if Roy fixed this. I'm sure he did, but this plane is a little bit too big for the bunker, so not by much, but it's just enough so it goes outside the bunker. So alright, so let's return this sprayer, and then we'll pick up the stump grinder again. I thought I got them all, but I guess I didn't. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. Alright, return items. Nope, I want to go to the garage, or garage. want to return this, yes please. And I want to go into the forestry section and get this guy right here and rent him for an hour. A stump grinder you probably would rent for an hour. Some other the equipment I'm like, I'm not so sure about. Like, would you really rent a combine for an hour? Probably not. I don't know how, I'm not sure how people actually charge for custom work. I don't know if they do it by the hour or by, usually it's by the acre, I think, isn't it? I'm not sure actually now. I'd honestly have to think about that. I was playing Car Mechanic Simulator this morning, Car Mechanic Simulator 2015 this morning, and I discovered there's a upgrade you can get, which is like a tablet, and instead of running back and forth to the to the computer all the time, you can just open up your tablet and purchase stuff right there, which is awesome. It makes going back and forth pretty spectacular. Oh, there's a tree stump right there I totally missed. Let's get that bad boy while we're here. Oh, I don't know how I missed that one. Oh, it's just a little chip. Oh, apparently we can still... Alright, and where's the actual stump we actually wanted to get? Just over here. Excellent. That Kirovitz is almost done. That is awesome. 1 second, coffee break. Oh, he's empty. Okay. Never mind. No coffee break for you. Alright, let's get the stump out of here. I don't know how I missed this stump. Perfect. I do have a modded stump grinder that is fantastic, but I don't know if there's an update to it yet. It's the, I forget what they call the thing now. Forestry equipment. This thing right here. This is a fantastic stump grinder. The only problem is apparently there are problems with when you use it on trees that aren't... Let's grab this guy real quick. Nearest... Let me finish my thought now. When you use it on trees, I think it's only oak trees that it'll do it. If you use it on an oak tree, it'll actually bug out the game. I don't know if it's still the case or not. I don't go out of my way to try to crash the game, and I don't do enough forestry to care about it. So, but it does work fantastically on fir trees, for example. It does a fantastic job with those. It's funny, I like the outside of the Kirovitz, but I'm not a big fan of the inside. I think it's just the visibility, because you're like off to the right hand side, and you're just like, oh, what's over this? What do we put it? 500 liters. So, note to self: next time, probably 1,000 liters probably going to be sufficient. Is that going to be close enough? Oh yeah. Let's put, let's say another 800, sure. Eventually what I want to start doing is I want to start making our own making our own seeds and fertilizer. That's going to save us money. Although now we're well off at the moment. Just at the moment though, so. And that's primarily because we got rid of the trees. That's all it really is. Actually, that's not true. That's not actually the real reason why. The trees, the wood chips did give us a little boost of income, but it was really because we sold all of our equipment basically. Because we don't have a combine now. We don't have a seeder. What else? We don't have much actually, right at this particular time. So that is the real reason why we have so much money. I guess we're going to do a turn on the field. I didn't want to do it this way, but my turning skills are poor at the moment, apparently. Alright, nearest waypoint. There we go. And that should finish that off. Excellent. That is pretty darn sweet, if you ask me. One of the interesting things that's happening right now is because the Canadian dollar is actually not worth very much. A lot of people have discovered that there's been quite a large increase in the amount of the cost, I should say, of I didn't ever notice that before. Can you guys see that? There's even like a little texture for that too. That's really cool. One of the problems we're running into is the fact that Canadian dollar is low. So what's happened is equipment that comes from the United States is really expensive. So like apparently there's been an increase of almost 20% in some pieces of equipment, which could be equal up to a like $30,000. I discovered. I was reading the newspaper this morning, and I was like, "Whoa, $30,000 increase!" And it's particularly on combines, they said, and combines and four-wheel drive tractors. So a lot of farmers are doing this year is they're just, instead of buying new equipment, they're just repairing the stuff they have and just going with it, because the cost of getting a new piece of equipment this year is quite high, from what I understand. So, which makes sense. You know, Canadian dollar's low, American dollar's high, oil prices. Basically, like our economy basically works on the fact that if oil prices are down, our Canadian dollar's down, because a lot of our Canadian dollar based around Alberta and the oil out there, and that's one of the big reasons why, at least. I probably should have put another headline. It looks like maybe, what did I put it at? 4? I could have put, I guess 6 might have been a better selection. Maybe. We'll see. We will see how this works out. But yeah, I found that out. I was reading that this morning, and I was like, wow, that's kind of strange. Well, not strange. It's reality, really. So. All right. So we actually have. Let me bring up this information. We have. Wow. Do we really have that much wood chips? Apparently, we have 184,000 liters of wood chips. Okay, it's a lot more than I thought we had. That's ridiculous. And looks like soybeans is still our best bet, really. We don't have any animals. Speaking of animals, let's go ahead and take care of that right now. Because we can actually afford some cows now. I was going to get pigs, but we'll go with cows. And they're $2,500 a piece. Yikes. 10 cows? Is 10 cows a good place to start? I would love it if this had the chicken mod in it or something. That'd be kind of cool. Or sheep. Sheep fattening would be kind of cool too. Because then I could do the same thing I want to do without having to drop a chunk of change on them. Anyways, let's see how much 10 cows is going to cost us. Maybe 20. Let's see what 20 is like. 20 cows we start off with. Perfect. Okay, given that fact, let's go ahead and grab. So we should be able to see our animals now. Not found animals. Well, we have animals. They're in our pasture. Can't you see them? It's probably because we haven't put anything in the we haven't put anything in their troughs yet, so they are just chilling out in the field with nothing to eat, basically. So let's go ahead and let's grab our trailer. I think our trailer can handle straw, so let's try and use that for that. Could always rent a forage wagon. That's a possibility as well. And let's grab this. I think this can carry straw. If not, we can rent a forage wagon, as I mentioned. Come on. There we go. And let's grab some straw. And then what we'll do is we'll put some straw in the cows area. And I think I can actually get straw from this. We're going to find out here in a second. I think I can get straw from this, if memory serves. I'm not sure if Roy set it up this way, but we're going to find out. Wheat. No. Yeah, I can put oh, that's interesting. I can get chaff from there, though. Straw. Where is the straw one? So that's potatoes. I'm just going to go check over here. I know I have straw stored. Let's just say that. I think this is the same thing, but let's just, for testing's sake, let's just see. Oh, no, see? It does have this. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Where is this? Okay, that's why he changed it. Okay, that's cool. I can live with that. Why is there a difference between this straw and this straw? Maybe this is oat straw, probably. That's my guess. Perfect. We can indeed get straw in here. I thought you could, but I wasn't 100%, so. I doubt we're going to need this much straw for our sheep, for our cows, but that's fine. Alright, so this will allow us to produce some manure, which is good, because manure is good with the soil mod. And I think, let's just see if this is the spot where we give them straw. I don't know why. Oh, no, there it is. Perfect. So let's move forward a little bit here and give them a little bit of straw. Nice. They won't take all of it. I'm certain of that. If they do, that's awesome. Yeah, see, there you go. So now we should have animals. There we go. And basically this gives you the animal HUD, and it also gives you some other stuff. So if you want a link to the mod that just popped up right there that does this, this, and this, leave a comment below and I'll give you guys a link. Or either that or remind me to put it in the description. That's a possibility too. So that will increase our productivity of our cows by, I think it's 10%. They need water though. How come that's not registering as straw? Weird. Maybe I have to. Because if I go in here now... this is strange. It says there's straw in there, but it doesn't say there's straw on that HUD. That's odd. I wonder if I progress time an hour. Weird. I wonder why that's the case. That's very strange. Okay, whatever. That is that's bizarre. I wonder, maybe it's only when they get to a certain productivity, maybe? Or maybe I have to increase the HUD itself, I don't know. So you can have it up here as well, if you want to. And have it listed here, and I think I can cycle through them here as well. No, so you can go have different styles. I just like this one because it's very basic, and you can... Oh, that's right. The one problem is the button I have it set up to is the same button to take screenshots, so I just took like 4 screenshots by cycling through all those. Oh no, there, the straw's been updated. Okay, good. I thought it would be updated, but excellent. Let's get rid of this straw. And then, folks, I will call it an episode. I didn't realize how long the episode was going on for, but this is what happens when you have fun, right? Anyways, folks, my name is Iain Robson. This has been an episode of Farming Simulator 2015, coming at you from the Newbie Farm, and I'll catch you guys later.